particular times when crisis survival skills are needed. They are needed when you're having intense pain that cannot be helped quickly. Use short-term crisis survival strategies to reduce pain to a manageable level so that the crisis can be managed and destructive behavior can be avoided. Once the pain's intensity is lowered, use more long-term skills such as emotion regulation skills, reality acceptance and/or mindfulness skills, and/or interpersonal effectiveness skills. You had a surgery and you're in a lot of pain. You are prescribed some pain medication, but you have a strong urge to take a lot more than prescribed or to get drunk to ease the pain. Using a crisis survival skill, you can help yourself tolerate the pain in the moment. Surviving crisis situations is part and parcel of being effective. You apply doing what works, a core mindfulness skill. At times, people are more interested in proving to others how bad the situation is than in surviving the situation. The problem is that proving how bad it is may result in short-term gains, but it usually fails in the long run. Another time to use crisis survival skills includes wanting to act in emotion mind when that would make things worse. Crisis survival skills are useful when you suddenly have an intense urge to do something that you know will make matters worse, and you want to stop yourself before you do it. You might be standing on the subway platform with your child at rush hour, and a man pushes you to get past you and get on the train ahead of you. You might want to cuss him out or push him back, but that will be a very poor example for your child and might make matters worse if the man should choose to engage with you. Using a crisis survival skill can help you block such a reaction so that you can get home without a hitch. Another time to use crisis survival skills is when emotional distress threatens to become overwhelming. At times, it is more effective to reduce feelings immediately than to express them fully. You've been sober for 6 months and you're home alone and get this craving for a drink. You have no alcohol in the house, but you start thinking about going out and buying some. Crisis survival skills can help you get through urges without acting on them. You can distract yourself by calling a friend and asking them to come over to watch a movie with you. To distract yourself until that friend gets there, you put on music, remind yourself how lucky you are compared to others you know who've not gotten so far in sobriety. Another time to use crisis survival skills is when you're feeling overwhelmed but need to meet some sort of demand. High stress can be so disorganizing that you lose your ability to solve problems and cope well with difficult situations. Falling apart emotionally under high stress can create a new crisis, which can then exacerbate the original emotional crisis or dramatically increase destructive urges. Continuing with effective and functional behavior can be critical in diverting an emerging crisis. Crisis survival skills can buy time to regulate distress so that other DBT skills can be used. There's a tropical storm and you have to evacuate. When the storm is over, you go home and find the first floor of your home under 6 inches of water. You realize you have to get the water out. You have to go through your things to see what was damaged and can't be repaired and what can be salvaged. You are hit with a wall of overwhelm. You can't think to organize what to do, so you sit down and read a magazine instead of getting to work on the house. Realizing that this is ineffective, you use one of the crisis survival skills to calm yourself down to get started. Lastly, we use crisis survival skills when you're having extreme arousal and problems that can't be solved immediately. When emotional arousal is extreme and the situation feels like a crisis, it can be very difficult to distract and put a problem on the shelf. The urgency to solve a problem right now can make it difficult to do anything that is not focused on the crisis. If the time is not right for working on a particular problem, this sense of urgency can create its own problems. Crisis survival skills can be used to distract from the situation until it can be solved. You get home from work and realize you didn't do your last task at the office, which was super important. There's nothing you can do to fix the problem until tomorrow morning. So, to get through until the next day, you play games with your daughter and read her a bedtime story. After she's in bed, you self-soothe by taking a bubble bath and turning on your favorite music. Tomorrow is another day and you will get things done.